Hello everyone, welcome, I'm Wasmatic and we are back with yet another Star Citizen guide. Had some recent feedback from a couple of my subscribers whose opinion I really value, and they had indicated that my videos were quite long, especially in this Star Citizen series. There is a lot to talk about, so I've decided that I'm going to break these videos down into shorter sections. So whilst the previous video looked at the hangar, the one before that looked at how do you get into the game, what do you need to be able to access the alpha. What I'm going to look at now is it going into the universe, which is the open world environment where you can fly around, do some missions, just see what it's like to play the game, as it will be in what they call the persistent universe. So I'll refer to the universe as the U. And hopefully with update 2.4, which is coming very soon, we will have the persistent universe, which will see every action persist. So when you log off and log back in, if your ship is damaged, it will remain damaged. You can earn credits, UEC, which they're going to call alpha credits. So anyway, to access the universe, really simple. Click on universe and let's go. So you get to the screen where you get to choose Area 18, which we're not going to go to. I'll cover that in a different video. Port Olisar Crusader. Port Olisar is the space station. And you just pick that and click launch. And go to the loading screen. So, when you enter the universe, you load into your sleeper cabin. I think they're called Easy Habs. And these are the cabins that you occupy in Port Olisar. You will see that obviously I'm a little bit untidy. I have no idea what all this crap is on the floor. It looks like food. We've got some Big Benny's noodles there. Anyway, so this video I'm just going to look at how do you call your ship, how do you work out where your ship is, on what platform, how to get in, how to summon the ship, and how to some of the basic flight controls. And hopefully that will be enough to keep this video short. When you walk out of your Easy Hab, you will be faced with this corridor, and at either end you see the exits at both ends, there and there. So we're going to go through to this one, and you want to go down these stairs and into the main control room where you access a panel. This panel will enable you to call your ship. There you go. As I said in the last video, to access this, press F. I'm going to try and summon my constellation Andromeda. So I say try because it doesn't always work with the big ships. It's worked. B09. So that will tell you what platform your ship is on. Press Ctrl F to exit the screen, and I am B09, so landing pad 9, it's over there. B is the strut on which you'll see when we get into space where the struts are, and 9 is the platform. You need to cycle through an airlock. And there we go. And you'll see my helmet freeze up as I go into the vacuum of space. And this is the constellation Andromeda. This is one of my bigger ships. Not as big as the Starfarer, but there you go. I'm looking forward to flying that. Oh, the music's just suddenly stopped for us. That's nice, isn't it? So you access this from pressing F on the panel underneath it. F is what is the function, the button for most functions. You go through the airlock here and into the ship. So all ships are different. I'll give you a quick tour of this one at the end of the video when you're in space. Just so you know, the flight controls that I'm going to look at are using a mouse and keyboard, and you can access the control options, control maps, the key maps in the options menu. So you load it up. Turn that down a bit, sorry. You load it up, and to take off, the buttons to go up and down are R and F. So if I press R now, up I go. There you go. You can have a quick look from the outside. There you go. It's nice and big. It's up there. You can see me there, sat in the pilot seat. Hello, hello, Wazzy. And that's Port Olisar below us. So there you go. So basic flight controls. Now I'm going to talk you through the setup that I have with my mouse. Stand by. Scanning. And I'm pretty much using a standard set of controls. So for example, if I want to, I guess the phrase would be strafe, using my thrusters. If I want to strafe left, I use Q. And there you go. See me strafe left. If I want to strafe right, I use E. Strafe right. I'm actually going to move away from the space station a little bit because then stop. So those are the thrust. So my strafing, I'm going to call it strafing. I don't know. It's not yaw. It's not pitch. I don't know what it is. It's basically full thruster to the left and right. This is Q and E. There we go. Okay. To go forward is W. And you'll see as I press W, I can control how much power I put in. And then S brings me to a stop again. Now, I'm going to fly a bit away from here because there's lots of ships around. So you've got WS for forwards and backwards. So W is forwards, S is backwards. Q and E for thruster left and thruster right, so moving the full ship left and right. The W controls your power on, S takes your power off. Now, for rolling, if you're not using a joystick and thrust option like a HOTAS, I use A and D to roll, so there you go. And I find that works really well if I have all of the movements on the mouse. So I can roll like that. If I'm moving forward, I can roll to the left and then use the mouse to just spin around. So, okay, there we go. So we've got W and S forwards and backwards, Q and E, which is thruster left, thruster right, which is good for when you're coming into land or you need some precise control. A and D are for the roll, and then basically what I have is the mouse. So mouse will be, if I push the mouse forwards, I'll nose up. If I pull the mouse back, I'll nose down, and then mouse left will yaw. Left, mouse right will yaw right. And the reason I have that set up like that is I find it's really useful if I'm travelling, let's say I'm dogfighting, and I'm travelling along and somebody flies past me, I like to roll using the keys and then nose up to bring them back into view. And that's just how I prefer to fight. And now I'm not really going to be involved in hopefully much space combat because I'm going to be exploring. Now the only other trick I can tell you is when you are flying your ship, if you want to come to a complete stop, you can use the thruster. So if you press S and press left shift for the thruster, you'll hear it there, it stops you dead. Again, likewise, if you want to move off and use the thruster, press W and press the thruster and it will fly you off quite quickly. So there I'm using the A and D key, the A key to roll to the left, and then I'm using the mouse just to control nose up and nose down. There you go, and rolling again using the D, and I find it really good. If I wanted to, I could adjust with a bit of mouse control there, just to yaw a little bit and then roll a little bit, and I find it's a very effective way and very accurate way of flying, especially a big ship like this. One more thing, a couple of other controls you will need to know. You'll see there in the middle of the screen, slightly off to the left, there's a little box that says SCM, that's combat speed. Pre is when you're coming into land, and then you also have a cruise mode. So if I put this onto full forward and use my thruster, you'll see that in SCM mode it's 155 meters per second. You have a cruise mode which you can access by pressing V on the keyboard, and that then puts you into super cruise mode, and that will take your ship to full as fast as you can go without jumping into hyperspace. If you want to jump into hyperspace, you press B, and then you will see if you nose around. Sorry, I need to come out of cruise control. Is very good at top speed, but super cruise is good at top speed, but it limits your manoeuvrability. So I've pressed B, and I've brought up all the places that I can fly to. So what you want to do is point your crosshair onto the place you want to fly to, and then press the middle mouse button down.
Drive is now on.
It brings the quantum drive online. That sounds great, doesn't it? Quantum drive online. And you jump into hyperspace, and we should end up in Yela, which is an asteroid field.
Quantum drive
There we go.
is now.
So what else have we got to tell you? That's it really. In the next video we'll look at what you can do in the universe, and just so you know, there is a menu on F9 which brings up all kinds of information. You can do this either on a ship or when you're moving around, and there are a list of missions here which you can access. But I will cover that in the next video. That's it for basic flight controls. W and S forwards and back, Q and E for thrust left and thrust right, R for up as in horizontally lifting, F for down as in moving vertically up and vertically down, not horizontal. I'll make a great pilot, won't I? A and D for your rolling, so I'll just go through that again. Strafe left, you can't really see it. Strafe right, you can't really see it. R and F do you up and down. Now the A to roll left, D to roll right. There you go. And that's it in a nutshell. Basic flight controls for getting around the universe. So you now know how to bring your ship out, how to find it and what platform it is, and how to fly it in very basic terms. I've not covered weapon systems. I'll do that in another video, but it's not my forte. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me a comment if you want to see something else in the future. Bye for now.